Hello, everyone. Hopefully the audio balance is okay. I know that can always be a little bit complicated. As always, I will never get that right first try. But all that to say, welcome to Wet Wednesday, where we play a game that is wet. Like it says in the title. For us, today, that means we are playing in other waters. This is our, I want to say, fourth playthrough of In Other Waters. And by playthrough, I mean number of stream playing In Other Waters. For anyone who is new, I will do my quick rundown. In Other Waters is an exploration kind of narrative game where you are on an alien planet and you are a biologist who is exploring all the new species that are going on and trying to figure out like what the whole deal is. There's also some, I guess you could say, homoerotic elements. There is the person, so we play as an AI something in a suit, like a diving suit, and we are working with Dr. Ellery Voss, who came here following Minnie, who is a former lover. And we've found Minnie, but they are turning into something else that is not human, which is kind of funky. I'm gonna quickly do sample analysis on all these things, but I don't think we have enough taxonomy on them. And yeah, we are exploring and figuring out what's going on, figuring out where we're going. So we started, last time we explored this way into the brine pools to find this ROV. And we're actually going to explore the other direction now to try and find a different ROV. And obviously, I know this is not a game that is everyone's cup of tea, so no worries about that if you are someone who normally shows up for like the Hitman streams or whatever, and I get it. It's all good. The window is also open, so if there are loud window noises, I will have to close the window. But other than that, we're rocking and rolling. I can also hear my cat in the other room just going absolutely wild, which of course he wasn't doing before I started streaming, but now that I'm streaming, yeah. So we have these triangles that we can go to, and then we will have, that are basically stuff you can move between as we're in this ship, and everything, most stuff is done in this interface. And the other things in this game are the little creatures, and, you know, we're gonna go up. Yeah, there's just lots of stuff going on. It's interesting, so we are in, like, the deep depth. As you can see down there in right-hand corner, we are 1,500, I don't remember if that is feet or meters under. But we are deep. Oh, there's a creature. More veils. We need to be careful. So these veils shock us, which is not great. And will just lower our energy. There has to be a way to find the path through. So I guess we're just gonna take an energy zap, which is not great. Tangled edge. So yeah, we are very deep. We started up on the surface. We've been finding little labs and all sorts of stuff. Oh, there's a creature. The crab-like creature. Each one of those shelled creatures seems to have its own territorial loop, an area of seafloor it systematically searches through. Water bulbs, partially transparent egg-shaped creatures which feed by filtering water. A strange sphere sits inside their iridescent interior. I'm calling these cryptic creatures water bulbs. Let's see what we can uncover about them back at the lab. Cool, that means we can finally use all the samples we have. Lung crest. A shelled, crab-like creature which scavenges the ocean floor in search of nutrients, carries a mucus-lined bubble on its back. I'd like to call these lung crests. Those bubbles they carry on their backs are so cumbersome. Pale petals. Bright fan. Glowing fan. And it's a sample candidate. So that's the other thing in this game, so you can take samples. Oh, that thing, anytime you try and scan those, they move. Cold fire bathers. These wide, petal-shaped plants gather in groups and grow in the light of the deep-sea fans. Their pollen fills the water around each stem. I'm going to name these cold fire bathers. They seem to be strongly linked to the light of these fans. That's better than a lot of Ellery's names, because sometimes they are very boring. They're like, well, it shines light and it's a fan. We'll call it a light fan. Clusters of egg-like forms. Weird. So yeah, we are on an alien planet. There's definitely some interesting, I don't know how you would say it, things to do with culture and using exoplanets as material resource gathering in this universe. Part of that being that it has been indicated that there has potentially been no no living complex creature, a mass of tentacles and growths unlike anything I've ever seen. It's difficult to understand the anatomy of these creatures just by looking. What is that? It looks like a whole menagerie of creatures caught in a silken net. True. But we think this is the first planet with life other than Earth, and Monet kept it a secret. Veilfield. Hypnotic lights. Okay, so this is going to be dangerous to navigate through, so let's see if we can go around. Veil clearing. No wonder Monet's ROVs never returned. These veils are everywhere. Like on Earth, they must rely on predation to survive this deep where little sunlight reaches. Damn. Moves fast. These looped veils are carrying a wave of light that passes from one individual to another. What does this mean? That's the other thing. Everything we've encountered so far seems to be somewhat sentient, which is interesting. Or at least can communicate, which doesn't mean that it's necessarily sentient, because lots of things on Earth that we don't describe as sentient can communicate with each other. Through hormones, or dancing, if you're a bee. Wait. It's a sample candidate. Gonna zap us, but we gotta get a sample. Especially because we don't have the sample yet. A tail segment from a creature with a translucent tail. Exciting. I like that when you go through something like that, it doesn't ding you twice. Creature remains. Anyways, this is a chill game. Even though I'm on, that big Hitman kick, as all of y'all know, I think it's good to play a variety of games. And then the other thing is that I'm, whatchamacallit. Today was my first day back at college. And it was good. And, you know, I only had one class, but it's still tiring because cold fire fan. But it's still tiring because you see people for the first time in a long time and you're in a crowded room that you haven't been in for a while. And if, you know, the autism really do be autisming, you know? Oh no, I missed what Ellery said. I was so busy telling you about my day. Deep Oasis, another garden of creatures rooted into a dark basin shelf, a welcome break from the intensity of the Veilfield. Living outcrop. Tiny creatures crawl silently along the layers of dark rock, leaving behind small, strange marks on the shallow silt piles. Also, I don't know how big of, into, like, internet, Twitch, YouTube, guy, gamer, complex creature, you are, but Doug, the class today was, Oh my god. Biochem. Can't believe I couldn't remember biochem. Which is good. It's a you know, it's a hard class. It's a hard class. It's, you know, known for being a hard class. Unfortunately, you know, I seem to have gotten the bad set of professors that people talk about with this class. Right? These rapid swimming lobster-like creatures have dark shells with very large translucent tails. These creatures are so fast. Their dark coloring makes it hard to see, but let's keep track of them. Oh, it was, like, listen, it was engaging. I was just in a crowded room for the first time in months. And all of a sudden my brain was like, I didn't like it. We are hoping for something that will give us... Yeah. Salt filler. Gotta get this egg. You gotta get the egg. But yeah, but, you know. It's nice to come back to this game. Ovular growths. Interesting. Shellfish. Not you. You. Fast creature. A better look at these creatures shows that they are swimming with their rear legs using their tails to propel themselves. Were we over here already? Ovular growths. Intriguing. But, you know, all is good. The fan sheet. Okay, we have multiple, so let's do that. There we go. Ooh. I actually am gonna get rid of one of these. For us to get this egg, because it'll give us fuel for our ship. That's another thing about this game that is fun, and I know I mention it every time, but I love that this game just like lets you stick shit in your engine. Not enough sci-fi games are like, let me just put shit in here. Like, right, plenty of sci-fi games like are like, okay, we gotta rebuild the ship, or like, let's learn what's edible around here. But this game is immediately like, stick shit in your engine. Mirrored veils. I mean, let's go up here a little bit, and then we'll go left if we have to. Volcanic shelf. Veil waste pile. Come on, little creatures. I also, so I'm a huge, like, speedrunning person. Not that I've done speedrunning, I have not yet, but I considered it. But I love, like, watching speedrunning, and, like, the speedrun community I think is really interesting. And so I'm always curious, like, what speedrunning is like for these smaller games. Yeah, I know. Yes, so I'm a Doug fan. He's awesome. But yeah, they raised over $600,000 for Monterey Bay Aquarium, which obviously I love. It's a great aquarium. It's a great cause. They do really good work. But yeah, they raised it for Rose's birthday, even though she did pass this year, but obviously she has done amazing things in her time as an otter. That thing just stole my fucking energy. What the fuck? But yeah, they've raised over $1 million for her now. And the Doug community has actually donated more to the Monterey Bay Aquarium than, like, Google. Which is kind of hilarious, because, you know, it's a YouTube community that is cool and, you know, is interesting, but you wouldn't really think could do that. And they've done really incredible work. And it's just awesome. You know, I love when internet stuff... Come on, let me scan this guy. Complex creature. I love when internet stuff gets to be impact the real world in really meaningful, interesting ways. And obviously, you know, it's fun. They have a silly, goofy time, but I think it's awesome. And I really love that he, as a creator, really committed hard to this and was like, oh, the disabled ROV. Another of Minet's ROVs scattered along the outcrop. We should still be able to use its transmission core to reach the base. That's great. Let me scan these things. But yeah, I'm sure the Monterey Bay Aquarium Discord was a party. Here, in the middle of an outcrop, an ROV. This one was carrying a supply cache too. We can recharge and refill our oxygen. Let's access its map data. Open up the terminal when you're ready. Sure thing. Speaking of Monterey Bay Aquarium, I feel like this game is very Monterey Bay Aquarium. It seems like this ROV was disabled by the Veils like the other one. This can't be right. The mapping scans report a large physical anomaly just north of here. Oh? From the data, it looks like a structure. That's impossible. Maybe the Veils fried the sensors? Either way, we should go check it out. True. But I am going to drop off all of our samples first. Because we got lots of samples and we don't want to lose them. Also, reminder, if the audio balance sucks, you gotta tell me. Gotta connect my sample stuff. Okay. We just put it all in here, and then anything we want after we can add. We just want one of everything at minimum in storage, because what if we need it? Sample analysis. Gotta do all the sample analysis. Great. Now this one. Great. Now this one. Fine. What about this one? Give me all the taxonomic information. Because what I really love, my favorite part of this game, is the drawings. That you get to see the taxonomic drawings when you complete a taxonomic, basically, section. Which, even though, like, I think the stuff about the animal interactions in this game, and by animal interactions, I do mean, like, plant and fungal interactions, for the most part, are really interesting. The drawings are just gorgeous. Great. Okay. And we said none of the rest could be... Okay. Let's see the taxonomy. So first we have the lung crest. Lung crests resemble large crabs, and they're actually... I was gonna read this whole thing like I normally do, but unfortunately, I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm trying not to read too much. I'm definitely fighting off an infection of some sort, you know, lymph nodes are swollen and all that. Not COVID, but, you know, other infections exist besides COVID. And, you know, I'm tired and my throat hurts, but I'm okay. Anyways, they resemble crabs. Interesting stuff. Theories. Natural scuba gear. Cool. And this is what we love. Oh, look at the cool crabs. The art direction for this game is really cool. And, right, just the creativity in creating all of this stuff, and especially the fact that all of these creatures have this ecosystem that they live in and all interconnect in a way, I think is really interesting. Let's go back. It's some really cool art. Let me just run through these, and we'll look at the art. Photoreceptor. Interesting. cool. Oh, it's like it's just a big fucking eye. Great. Yeah, and like, you know, in general, and God, I say this every time we play this game. Poor OPP guy has literally heard me say this like 4 times. But the scientific drawing part of this game, just the art, is something that I've always loved, and I think has kind of fallen out of fashion, unfortunately, as like an art form. But okay. Generator's looking okay. Observation blister. Interesting. We can do a little sonar system. We haven't been able to do that yet. I know. I know it makes you grumpy. I think it's funny. For reference, that Okapi guy hates when you pronounce it incorrectly. And I think it's funny. True rage baiting at its finest. Okay, so these are all sample sites that it wants me to do. But I'm curious about that. Let's go north. I love to be called a motherfucker in my own stream chat. Don't you know I'm God's perfect angel? I've never done anything wrong. Do you like how I couldn't get through that sentence without laughing? Hi, little bitch. You here to steal my energy, motherfucker? Oh, this is a big fucking structure. Some strangely geometric rocks sit in the dark. Yeah, strangely geometric rocks. Unknown structure. A huge flat structure bedded in the seafloor. Could Monet have built this? I appreciate it. You do in fact keep me humble. What are we looking at here? It appears to be some kind of shaft cut into the bedrock. I can't see the bottom. Oh, are we going deeper? Who made this? It looks like it's been here far longer than anyone else. The people who were here before. A dark shaft. A yawning black shaft that descends into the seafloor. An anomaly that must be solved. True. We're going deeper, guys. Just like the stream title. I'm so clever. Deeper we go. We're going down. Oh, there's like multiple levels. Hang on. Open shaft. The suit's lamps reveal 2 dark holes on opposite sides of the shafts, their torn edges thick with crimson rust. Collapsed room. The compartment is filled with sand and rock, which looks to have entered through a collapsed ceiling. Interesting. Exactly. We need to go deeper. Oh, what's over here? Shadowed corner. The bent entryway bulges inward like the interior corridor of some huge creature's distended body. I was gonna say we're in a man-made structure, but this is not man-made. Ooh, what's that? A pale polyp. This almost motionless polyp with its waving cilia is anchored to the metal plating. Its pale flesh is drained of color. These pale creatures are scraping patterns into the walls. What are they? Let's see what we can find out. True. Sand-choked room. Sand drifts soften the metal room. On the far wall, strange spirals glint in the headlamps as a pale creature obsessively traces their patterns. Interesting. I mean, yeah, we'll go there. Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll go back this way. Yeah, there was kind of a mid-level that I don't know if it was just a game error, but... Exactly. Hey, can we please go up? No, I didn't. Oh, we're going deeper. Fuck. Hey, guys. Fuck. Okay, there's nothing here. Can we go deeper? Interesting. It's like a mine shaft almost. Entry seal. A huge round doorway sealed by a thin metal security iris, the plates of which are furred with orange rust. Are we gonna break in? We need to go deeper. Torch available? Oh, fuck. It's some kind of facility. What was happening down here? Why would someone bury this place so deep? We have to get inside. We can use the torch to cut through this seal. Fire it up. I mean, rip to Dr. Ellery Voss, but I would simply not. Right? That seems like a bad idea to me. Right? Breaking into a sealed lab deep underwater on an alien planet. Good plan. Good plan. Breached corridor. Sand and rock fills one side of the accessway. Dark holes in the walls. Sorry, I didn't read the whole thing. Walls and ceiling reveal layers of eaten away piping and ducts. I mean, if you're in Star Wars, it's just spice. The spice is like... Spice is like arguably a mix of like cocaine and M. Or no, cocaine and E. Ecstasy, for those who are curious. Beyond the doorway of the dark space opens into the rock filled with the skeletal remains of rusted machines. Interesting. Red sediment. The water is filled with red flakes catching the lamps. From the walls, rusticles hang on looping garlands. This doesn't seem great. This place is huge. How the hell was it built down here? There's very little oxygen for the rebreather to cycle here, so we're running on reserves. Let's move, True. We're gonna go speed. Loading bay. Rusted platform. Derelict vehicle? Wait, what? Eaten away frame of a vehicle. Interesting. Jesse, we need to cook spice. Well, you know. Archaeology entry. Corporate archaeology. What secrets be buried in this place? I don't know. We don't have very much oxygen, though. Open lock. The entire archaeology must be flooded. What's an archaeology? Can someone look that up? Archaeology? Oh, that's a new symbol. That's a new symbol. Hey, guys. XO, massive breach. Life support will fail in 2 hours. Is there anyone from Baikal on this channel? Please respond. N. User Optero X. Dive recorder. Fuck. Buried concourse. The vast volume of the archaeology lies ahead, piled with rock and sand, drowned in this dark ocean. Baikal is the company we work for, hypothetically. Or worked for. Main volume of the archaeology is broken up by low buildings partitioned away from spaces. Were these homes? Oh, man. Those are Baikal markings. What was an exoplanet extraction corp doing here? I worked for Baikal. Nene worked for Baikal. They built this suit. They built the base. Archaeology. Here, we're gonna pause while I do this. Archaeology. A portmanteau of architecture and ecology is a field of creating architectural design principles for very densely populated and ecologically low-impact human habitats. Yeah, this feels like an oopsie war crime. They mine exoplanets, skim helium from gas giants. They help drive forward humanity's expansion. If they discovered life, we would have known. Everyone would have known. Unless something happened here. Something they didn't want anyone to know about. You think? Sandy clearing. Them's is a lot of houses, guys. Blocked passage, huge rock slide, another sealed alleyway, security iris, transporter, automated transport sled. Okay, well, let's go this way. Yeah, let's torch it. Let's really fuck it up. Yeah, this feels very war crimey to me. Very human rights violation core. But I don't know what you expect when you put capitalism in space. It's like capitalism on Earth. Shitty. Another dive recorder. User T. Sigurdsson, dive recorder. TS. Site 2 is silent, and there's nothing from the Othellos. Site 1 is off the grid. Where are the rescue teams? Whoa. Hey guys, whoa. Collapsing wall. Coming from the floor, leaving a sharp-edged opening. Exactly. Shocking. Break room. How many lived here? Scattered seats. Was it sudden or slow? A creeping realization about what was happening? Oh, these are lots of things. Okay. User K. Mikami. Disobedience will be reported. Consider your next action carefully. GJ. Damn it, Koji. We are dead and buried here. Oh, boy. User G. Jones. EF. Nothing from the Othellos. Their feed just cut out. We are being erased here. Baikal is pulling the plug. Pale Polyp. Scans suggest the creature is eroding the sea surface below through its cilia, absorbing nutrients and oxidizing the metal. Heavy drift. It's hard not to imagine witnessing the breach. Work boots. User G. Volkova. The Othellos is going down? God damn it, what are they doing to my ship? We're leaving. Now. Uh-oh, guys. Hey, guys. Whoa. Missing wall. Were these gaps smashed through when the arcology was breached, or were they part of the slow process of rust and decay? Pale Polyp. Dark corner. The facility twists away into the dark, drifts of pale sand filling its corridors as if it was an ancient tomb. Crushed room. This room was totally obliterated by rock and sand. The shards of bent walls are all that remains. Pale Polyp. Spirals have been etched across the surface, representing the polyp's path of movement at the rate of an inch per week. Slow. The metal plates here are marked with elaborate spiraling patterns. Their makers, ghostly polyps, scrape back and forth, adding to their work. We gotta keep an eye on that oxygen down in the left-hand corner. Bright spirals. The walls glisten with thick secretion left by polyp, retracing the same pattern over and over. We could sample thick mucus here. We sure can! In this stream, we'd love to sample thick mucus. This is why I tell people in real life that it's Wet Wednesday. They are deeply confused and scared. And like, fair. Fair. Crushed room. A workshop or an office. A slow mason. Slow, colorless polyps found inside the arcology ruins. They trace spirals across metal remains of the facility, feeding off of it. I'll call these slow masons for their careful glacial etching into the arcology's walls. They're hypnotic. Can I scan, please? Thank you. Bent desk. A Baikal blanded mug holds rotting paper. Block tower door. Yeah, what the fuck happened here? Because this feels very on purpose. Let's look at this dialogue. KT, no one is coming to dig us out. Constantine has cost us everything. The entry hall just breached. This is it. Constantine. Interesting. Not Constantine, an incredible DC character who I love, who is a nasty freak. Maybe that's what I'll do after this. I have work I need to do. I've got 16S samples that I got back that I have to analyze for my diatoms. But, you know. Maybe I'll read Constantine comics. It's a little break. My partner is out advertising for their club. Oh, we already read these. Okay. I was like, oh god, are there new things to be blast in here? I'm sorry, Isabel, for what we did here. Interesting. Oh yeah, reminder if you're not already following the Shrimpstagram up in that left-hand corner. Ruined Births. It's great. They're fun shrimp pictures. Today's post was about Visa. This place isn't a facility. It's a city. How many more died here? Those without dive recorders, those buried under rock and sand. Makes my skin crawl. True. User S Yato. SY, I'm gonna get some shut-eye. First year in engineering shift is in 4 hours. See you in 3. Aw, he was asleep. Crew quarters. On the still impact berths lie decomposing clothes, a single glove. User J awfully. I lied to get here, Kai, and now I'm gonna pay for it. What do you mean? This isn't even my real name. Kay Anderson. Kay, you don't know that, Jason. They're gonna come for us. No one is coming. We both know that. Set of overalls. Bicall logo still visible. Though I will say, if I'm developing a fever with this little icky-sicky time, I'm gonna be upset. Because fever week 1 of school, are you kidding me? Huge pipes. What were they supplying? Perhaps a geothermal plant buried deep? Collapsed tunnel. Shattered atrium. An aquarium. Oh, what were they growing here? Brain coral. Earth-originating species of coral from the families Mucidae and Milionite. They feed through photosynthesis and filtering. Oh, did we bring the life here? Interesting. Hard coral. Earthborn corals. These polyps build environments for themselves through the calcareous material deposited as they go. Pipe looked like it exploded outwards. Prime view of the atrium. This had to be the office of someone important in the archaeology. Now it's derelict. The dive recorder of someone important, you say? Abetiev. AB, I understand, sir. No, we're prepared to follow racial protocols. The site is already sealed, with all hands present. Oh, boy. Corroded gap. Things are not great, boys. Glowing fan. The fan seems to have a symbiotic relationship with the corals. It absorbs their spawn, and they absorb the fan's light. And we'll sneak in. Sneak in here. Get a little sample. We might need it for our oxygen. We'll just sneak up here a little bit. Central atrium. Now hang on. Okay, we can go up here. Decorative rocks. Wait, but this is not where we came in. Interesting. Upper archaeology. 8 broken windows stand out. Atrium statue? What the hell was this place? Broken glass. Broken glass. I mean, more dive recorders. A. Bendiak. I'm sure it's just a standard security drill, Mr. Firenze, and we'll be able to return you to the other shareholders shortly. Oh, fuck, there's shareholders buried down here? Around the atrium, some kind of seating area remains. Flooded with sand, it's easy to imagine lab techs running meetings here. Speaking of, I have a lab meeting tomorrow. The financial implications are massive. We've never even come close to achieving this level of computation before. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, boys. Okay. Please tell me this has oxygen. Great. We already have this shell. Great. Cave in. This whole facility, destroyed, buried, erased. Was this what Monet was looking for this deep in the ocean? But how did she even know it was here? I feel like I'm swimming through other people's secrets. I mean, we are, quite literally. Fused window. Biohazard boxes. Uh-oh! A transporter has spilt its load of biohazard containers. It's faded yellow but unmistakable neon. What was happening here? Collapsed corridor. Yeah, take me to the biohazard boxes. Nothing? No biohazards for me? Grubby white paneling gives way to golden salmon rock bursting out from the rooms. More recorders. We will take our normal break halfway through so I can get more tea, especially with my throat. We owe the artificers nothing. We can't even prove their sentience. They're material. One Baikal has every right to exploit. Ah, we're learning. Lab entry west. Even in its sorry state, the paneling and double ceiling locks suggest a Baikal lab. Machines glint against the wall. Sand drifts. What can we find in the lab? We can also extract at any point. Broken wall. Wall seems to have breached. Through to a cave system. Mineral skeletons. Ornate geometric skeletons like those found in the bloom. Monet called them artificers. What are they doing down here? See, Monet knew they were called artificers, and these guys are calling them artificers. Interesting. We have to power down. If this shielding is breached, it could blow out the whole facility. Start shutdown now. Take me the mineral skeletons, and let's do sampling. Yeah, give me a artificer skeletons. They were using them. Harvesting them. The equipment here. They were building something. Slicing and etching the artificer skeletons. But what? Can these geodesic spheres really be valuable enough to build a whole arcology around? And then to bury it? Whoa. VK, protect the specimens. These skeletons are able to correlate millions of quabits. They're irreplaceable. Oh, it's about data computation. Interesting. Why can't I go over here? Collapsed panels. Half of the other is drowned in sand. Interesting. Workstations. Sealed cups still sit on surfaces. Styluses buried in layers of silk. Atomic etcher. This was a computing lab. All these machines are for hardware fabrication. Interestingly, I know someone who works in a lab like this in real life. Lab locks. Why didn't these close when the arcology was breached? Were they opened afterwards? The lockdown overridden somehow? God, we gotta keep an eye on that oxygen. I have to say, my cat is making noises that I might have to go investigate because, like, what's going on? I'm hearing banging, which is not normal cat noises. The security locks lie wide open, giving a clear view. Atrium walkway. The matte white wall is stained, unbroken. Northern lab. The huge entryway suggests this is the complex's main lab. Faded Baikal markings explain the procedures for entry and decontamination. Security iris. Time to break in. Must have been terrifying when the aquarium shed, I'm sure. Let's torch it up, baby. I love to break into sealed compartments. It's great. And I'm sure none of this will come back to bite me in the ass. If the end of this game is we die or like become one with the ocean, I'm kind of into that. Not to be morbid, but when I die, what I would like is to be returned to the Earth. Programming lab. More recorders. Also, I don't know if I said Ravenpaw, but thank you for the arcology definition. Take the suit, Akari. Stop arguing. Without you, this project is dead anyways. Oki needs to survive. Wait, is that me? Hold up. That isn't me, is it? User A Namara. My little Minnie, I'm sorry to leave you all alone. Sing a little for your mother. It's so quiet here. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Baikal work suit. A lightweight lab suit sits propped in a chair. Sediment drifts from soft gashes in the material. Hollow sockets. The suit is tagged Akari Nomura. I don't understand. How? It's impossible. It's her. It's Mine's mother. This is why Mine came here. She was looking for her mother. She's been here a long time. Decades. Has Mine been looking for her all this time? God, Mine, why didn't you say something? Anything? I can't... Give me a minute. Aye, Captain. I'm just here, man. Baikal casing. A long yellow cylinder marked with turquoise glyphs, identical to the case mounted on the back of our suit. Whoa. This is the same cylindrical casing as mounted on the suit. The same casing that houses you. Akari was building this. Building it from artificers. Building it with machines in this arcology. She was... building you. This is you. One of you, at least. A draft, an earlier version, a prototype. Akari is your mother, your creator. Did you know this? Did you know about any of this? No. Then you... forgot? You malfunctioned? God, I can't think. We need to go. I don't want to be here anymore. Please. That's cool. I want to look at some more shit, though. I'll bring us back up to the surface soon, don't you worry. Coolant pipe. Go up the coolant pipe. Oh, we can breathe here. That's cool. We can go down the coolant pipe. We can go deeper. The slow mason. There was that thing I wanted to check out. Can we go up here? Ooh, we can. Interesting. Nothing here. There was that thing I wanted to check out over there. I guess over there for you guys. I always forget that the camera's flipped. God, last stream I tried to point at something. I think I tried to point at the shrimp, and I was like, "Ooh!" But no, for you it's "Woo!" It's hard to remember sometimes. And we're just quietly playing this game. I know. I'm not talking much. Trying to have it be a chill time. Ruined fabricator, but retooled to build large-scale machinery. Its buckled plates reveal a crimson interior covered in rust. Because I'm tired, and I'm sick, and that's okay. Suitcases, still used by Call to ship their suits to active facilities. These are empty. User L. Bosmans. The Artificers. With them we could rewrite life as we wish. We could rewrite it to endure Lucas. To surpass us, to endure Lucas. Yeah, I know we're low. Here, we will request extraction. Oh, we can't? Fuck. 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 I made a bad choice, gang. Hey, gang. God, I hope this loops back around. Equipment cases rusted shut. Destroyed lab. I gotta figure it out. Oh no. Okay, we can... Oh, we can't go up here. We can only go down. Guys. I may have made a bad choice. I'm realizing. But we can take a sample candidate, which might help us. I know. Sealed crates. Even. Right spirals. I know. I know. Oh. Great. I know. I know. It's a little bit better. Not great, though. Cave complex. I think I'd love to go up. Twirling passage. Cool. Would love to go up. Deep tunnels. Love to go up. Pale skin. Let's go up. Go this way. Grab a sample. Oh no. Oh great, there's two. I'm just gonna speed along. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's great. Everything's fine. We are not gonna drown. We're not gonna drown Ellery. Even if I don't always agree with her takes, we're not gonna drown her. We're good. I'm not a bad AI. I'm a good guy. Even if I was bad and I don't remember. Don't blame me. Just keep going this way. Eventually we'll find our way out. Go up. Everything will be great. I know we're low on shit. Trust me, I know. I know, I know, I know. Moving us as fast as I can. I promise I do not remember which direction we came from. I think it was down this way. Kinda looks like it, right? Yeah. God, we went so far. It's all fun and games until you gotta get out without not having power to your entire suit. I know. Trust me, I know. Can we get... Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm trying to get out. Oh, this is back to the... We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Just let me up, let me up. No, wait, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Oh god, please. We did it. Hey, I have to say, that was some pretty damn good backtracking from yours truly. I mean, come on. Come on. Perfect. Oh yeah. For those of you in chat who I happen to know personally, I would be totally down to maybe some Overwatch later. Maybe do some Overwatch later? We can see. You're back. I'm down in medical. I disabled the quarantine. Oh? It's beautiful in here. Oki? Is that your name? I don't know, is it? Is it her name? No. I know how you feel. The past doesn't define us. Listen, I don't know what you're thinking right now, but I wanted to say I trust you. I don't know what you knew about arcology, about Baikal's history on this planet. Even your own history. But I do know that you helped me, you protected me, you guided me. I owe you for that, no matter where you came from. That's nice. You didn't choose to be created, like any of us, but this place is your home. You're made from pieces of this ocean, from pieces of its past at least. I'm learning not to be afraid of the past. I'm not afraid of her, either. Of Monet, if that is her name now. I think she must have found something among those skeletons in the balloon. Something truly alien. It changed her. It continues to change her. But perhaps that is what is needed. Change. I found something I think you need to hear. Oh? I've been going through the arcology data, and it wasn't the only facility on this planet. There were 2 other sites, 2 other Baikal facilities. We need to find them. Baikal was up to something on this planet, something bigger than just AI research. I don't want to look away. I want to see what Baikal did here with my own eyes. I've marked the site's coordinates on the dive map. We should be able to cut our way in. This is not just about Monet anymore. It's about Baikal. It's about what happened here. It's about your history and the weight it carries. I'm ready when you are. Well, that's nice. Okay, we will read all of this when we get back. Also, it might be a shorter stream because I am tired. But I will be right back. I'm gonna go make some more tea for my throat, and I think actually take my temperature, unfortunately. But hopefully it's fine. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Okay, see you in a few. And we're back. Yeah. I will say, tea has been made. Decaf Earl Grey, this time with some honey to hopefully help my throat. No fever though. I did check. For anyone curious. I will say though, I've been recording VODs of streams. So if any of you have any preference about whether those should go on Twitch or if they should go on like whatchamacallit, YouTube? Couldn't remember YouTube for a moment. Then let me know, because I haven't decided where I'm gonna put them yet. I haven't even actually watched them to see if they're good enough quality to post, but we'll see. I know you've been reading these. The access logs show that someone's been in the file system of my terminal, and well, by process of elimination, it has to be you. I don't mind. In fact, I suppose I've been writing these entries for an imagined audience anyways. Confessions, or maybe just a need to talk. We make a strange trio now. Me, a depressed xenobiologist who can't keep their mouth shut. You, an AI built from the remains of a sentient species, and your sister, Minay, who is now more plant than human. But as far as I can tell, we are the only ones on this planet who have any chance of finding out what happened here. I think I'm starting to understand why Minay called me here. It was because she's trusted me not to give up, not to let this go. Let's not disappoint her. Dude, I have samples for you, in case you're curious. I don't know if you can do anything with them yet, but oh boy, do we have samples to look at. Start with this. Okay, start with this. Okay, just keep going, keep adding things. Maybe we'll get something. Who knows? Okay, try this. Great, try this. Great, perfect. Yes, show me the taxonomy. The slow mason. Oh, hell yeah. Ooh. Ooh, more drawings. Cool. Cool little guys. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Unidentified subject. Data breach detected. Signal. Yeah. True. True. Okay. Dive map. Baikal site priority. Another Baikal facility sits at the center of the bloom beneath the rocky shelf. In the archaeology's data, it's labeled as Site 2. And where's the other one? One of the Baikal facilities is in this area. It's labeled Site 1. Was this the origin of everything that happened here? Well, why don't we start here? Because I think we can get there pretty easily. If we are speedy. Speedy, speedy, speedy. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. We have to be fast here. But I'm also going to take these samples because this will steal our oxygen and this will give us oxygen. So we're going to take samples so that we can stick them in our engines and our oxygen tanks. As you gotta do. Okay. And I think we can launch those creatures into the water. Okay, we need to go down. And a little bit left, but mostly down. Just cruise along. It's gonna be a quiet stream, like I've mentioned. That's okay. Sometimes a quiet stream That's what she. I walked in the other room right to make tea, and like I mentioned, my cat was making lots of funky noises. So I walked in, and he was very much pretending that he had never once done a single crime in his life. And now that I've walked back into here, back into the other room, he's making noises again. Listen, he knows. He knows he's not supposed to be doing this. And yet. And for like a cave entrance would be great. I think this is, yeah, good for oxygen and fuel, so we will grab these. But we want to be fast, because being here is draining our oxygen, which is not great. There we go. Keep on freezing. And I'm sure I'm very quiet, because I'm talking quietly, because my throat hurts, as we've mentioned. We will take more samples. Especially the silicate skeletons. Those are very valuable. And there's our cave entrance. That we were looking for. And down we go. So we may be able to use our new tool to get through this. Or maybe not. But we may be able to. This is Renee's hidden workshop. I can't go here and use the torch? No. Okay. Interesting. I thought that was for sure it. So I think we gotta go more left, maybe? Or maybe even more down. Interesting, interesting, interesting. This way. Ceramic conductor. Okay. So this is draining our oxygen fast, so we better. want this for sure. That's very valuable. Perhaps we can go more down. Waters. Maybe over and down? No. We already have this cycle. Oh, I see a big cave over there, so maybe that's it. So let's try. Good job, bro. Waters. Yeah. Let's go this way. Narrow passage. Dead fan. We might need that as the same thing. Yeah, I think so. Okay, we'll go up, I guess. The heat does feel good on my sore throat. Central Ridge, and I see a cave that we can probably go down. Toxic waters, whole edge, overgrown hole. And this will probably tell us why all of this shit is toxic. That's my guess. Metal seal. It's sealed shut. Let's slice it open. This has to be one of the other Baikal facilities. Listen, I agree. Just gonna take some quick samples. Collapsed chamber. We're learning lots of things. Lots of pillars. It's interesting the way it uses the color schemes to tell you about what place you're in, basically. It's interesting. Central Bend. Versus, what else is here? Rock piles. Because there's this vent down here. Look at that tank. It's filled with microbial growth. This dark hole on the floor is spewing the same microbial clumps as in the broom. Ah! How much you want to bet that? What was this place? Be careful. The water will be just as toxic as it is above in the bloom. Okay. And there's something over there. So what's over there? Well, let's go down in the main shaft. The honey helps too. Crushed room. Breached wall. Derelict vehicle. Microbial growth, you know. Shattered walls. All those things. Sealed containers. Dull yellow biohazard tape. I mean, clearly whatever this microbial growth is like... This is no lab. This is an industrial facility. These containers must have carried some vital resource for its operation. Fuel, perhaps? The microbes. The microbes are the fuel. Clogged tank. Thick webs of growth. I mean, we can go up and down in there, but why don't we keep exploring in here first? Caved in ceiling. We'll look around a little bit more. Ah, here we go. This is pretty far up. User M. Diaz. Sir, Dr. Hess has just arrived from the Site 1. Send him through. Constantine is full clearance. Whoever Constantine is fucked up. This is what we know. We can't get over there. I don't think we can. Let's move this way and around. I don't think that was possible. No. Okay. We gotta go this way. Fine, fine, we'll go in the tube. Fine. Fine! It's fine. Down we go. Bad for our oxygen, though, I have to be careful. Tank breach, an accident, or something else? Corroded walls, breach with force. Melted consoles. You know, normal stuff. Collapsed pipe. These pipes, those tanks. This facility was outputting huge volumes of something into the planet's atmosphere. This has to be a geoengineering project, a way of changing Gliese 667cc. But looking at this place, it suffered a total collapse. What went wrong? Maintenance on the South Hull is continuing. I'm seeing a massive pressure strike here. Control? Something blew up. South tank. That's true. If the microbes are invasive, that would be bad. Keep grabbing these samples though, because we can put them in the tanks. It's useful. Central archway. And there's this massive leaning tank. Yeah, something bad happened here. Fully sealed tank rises up through the center. Sheer side streaked with growth from the southern tank. Interesting. Clear passage. Split containers. Rich patches of microbial growth. Yeah, they were shipping us. Console bank. Row of corroded consoles wired up to an umbilical connection which has been cut away. Overgrown suit. Faceplate. Clouded rich green growth. User H. Kelu. Or K. Helu. Control. I'm slicing it before it cascades. Clear the reactor chamber. The bacterial overflow is about to hit. Yeah, it sounds like bad? Maybe? Just a little bad. Sliced umbilical. The connection between this console and the tank is sliced clean through. Is that what stopped it from breaching? Hmm. Sandros. User L. Youngs. Yes, sir. Atmospheric density is increasing ahead of schedule. Please inform the board. They will be pleased. Oh, are they trying to turn it into livable for humans? A large access hatch to the floor above lies open, its ladder corroded into a twisty, rusted spine. This will allow us up and into the area we couldn't get to before, I think. Yay. We're learning. We're learning. Control room. Rows of sand-choked desks, rusted consoles, and dim monitors make it clear. This was the facility's control room. Eroded bones. Preserved by the low flow of water inside the control room, the smoothed-out shape of human bones are scattered on the floor. Ooh. That's the first, like, true body we've seen, right? Instead of just, like, eroded away. No! No! Oh god! The tank is breached! The artificers! I didn't mean... Here. This is where they controlled this place once. They were changing this planet, manipulating it. These vast tanks have engineered microbes with their tools. Algae changed the atmosphere of Earth billions of years ago. True facts. These creatures were meant to do the same. But by accident, or sabotage, this containment was breached. Those idiots! They could have killed every last species on this planet! Eaten up in a global bloom. Somehow the reef survived. Somehow the stocks held on, tried to revert our mistake. Humans don't deserve this planet. We didn't deserve to find life. I've seen enough. Scan what's left and I'll take a look back at the base. Let's find a way out of here. User F. Tar. Constantine, what are you? Step away from the console. I'm sorry. Emergency hatch. The control room's evacuation hatch hangs open. Piles of rocks and sand all around. Control console. Despite the cave-in, this console is surprisingly pristine. A cup sitting beside one of the monitors where it was placed decades before. We are doing the artificers a favor. Despite all their abilities, they couldn't manifest this kind of planetary change. How fucking arrogant are these guys, for real? We'll go up the access hatch. See what we can find. Nice. This is why no one escaped this facility. This tunnel is sealed. The control room's escape route is cut off. Yeah, someone knew about this ahead of time. This is not an accident. I can tell you that much. This was on purpose. This was sabotage. Metal corridor. Sealed at both ends. It's pristinely preserved. Bicol decal still visible gleaming on the walls. Oh wow, yeah, it was sealed at both ends. Second seal locks off on the corridor on the other end. They made sure no one would escape. Corporate greed. Human hubris. Concealed tunnel. The tunnel leads out into a small shelf overlooking the rift, discreetly cut into the rock. We know where we are. Northern Rift. Back into the open water, the current at this end of the rift softly pushes against the suit. Rift wall. Above the steep rift wall meets the shelf at the bottom of the balloon. And you can go up this way. It's cool. Bloom shelf. To the northern, green clouds rise up, a familiar sight. Sheltered waters. And these are places we've been before, interestingly. So I think we're gonna quickly jump back. I don't know how long this game is. I should look that up. That feels important. In other waters, game. About 5 hours versus between 5 and 8.5 hours. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I did buy this game for very cheap, so that's perfectly reasonable. Do I have anything new? This is new, right? That and that. Do we have this? There's fan dust? Yeah, we've got fan dust. Got all these things. What they did there, it's terrible. They could have wiped out life on this planet. Baikal should have known better than to mess with the entire planet's ecosystem. The failure of the facility was catastrophic. As far as I can tell, it wiped out the artificers. Think about those skeletons in the bloom. But the rest of the planetary ecosystem reacted somehow, resisted, pushed the bloom back. I don't understand how life could have adapted to changing conditions so quickly, though. It's as if they evolved to meet the challenges of the bloom in mere decades. Impossible. Let's keep looking. There's another facility to investigate, out to the east. There has to be more to this. Listen, I agree. Yeah, we gotta do those samples, but like, you know. Okay, so we're gonna head east to that way for you guys. And then once we finish this little section, that will probably be it for stream, because we've got like 30-ish minutes left, and you know, like I mentioned, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm tired. Might need these things, so we'll just grab them. All canopy. Come on, let me scan it. Thank you. Strong current. Can it be blocked if we do this? Oh wait, we gotta grow things, right? Yeah, stimulates stock growth and recovery. Oh wait, that only works if there's spores. Maybe we can go this way. If not, we might have to go down and around. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go down and around. Which is a shame, but you know. Fine, I guess the current's too strong. But this way. Problem solved. we will quickly pop in here. Just this and this. Because I did use up a bunch of our oxygen buffer. Whoops. I guess we could go down and around, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I guess. We can try. We can try. I don't feel like this will work, but maybe it will. So we want to go... Jet across here. Maybe we can do this on the top. Because I need... Yeah. Why don't you add to our energy? Because we gotta do this. No, hey, that's not what I wanted to do. This is not ideal. I think I might want to try again. Okay, but we gotta get back to the... gotta use this. This, the glitter sacks. Make them retreat. This will let us right back up to the surface soon. Let's try this again. And now we're cruising along. Stock carrier, we need one of those shell stocks we don't have. Great. Cool. Cool. Surely there isn't just like some here, right? Oh, that might be. That might be. Oh, this is something new. Interesting. Okay, well, we need to get through there. We need a shuttle stock to do it. So why don't we just go back? And then we'll swap out our loadout, essentially. Put that in here. That's important. But I need that. If it's useful. Do I want anything more? No, we'll just go for that. And like before, we're going to try and go off the edge here. We may have to go across and to the right, but maybe it'll work this way. Hell yeah. Silken plant. These twisted strands are like webs between the pillars. Let's start logging them. Patterns and dance. Feathery creature. These funny feathery creatures are all around these gardens. Let's start observing their movements. Oh, creature tracks. That's cool. Shed feather. Interesting. More feathery creature. Twisted tendrils. Look at all these things we're observing. It's a whole new area. Shimmering petals. They move along the pillars. They probably protect them from the aggressive current, right? Interesting. Don't seem to reach out beyond this one. But we can. Because we're cool. We're not cool. It's a blue haze. Interesting here, right? It's like open ocean. Oh boy. Amber and huge to the east. It's almost like a pale orange cloud. Translucent tentacle. Oh boy. Floating colony. Golden yellow streams of life shift around solid objects held suspended by water. These creatures impossibly large. I don't even know how to start trying volume data on it, but I'll try. Yeah, that's fair. Pulsing barrier. Gotta slice through it. Floating colony. Overwhelming. Zooids. What are we looking at here? It appears to be a huge colonial life form. Is this what remains of the site for one facility? Let's cut it open. I mean, I don't love cutting it open. It is like a creature. But yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Something bad. If I had to guess. Ooh. Controller became unplugged. Of course. The throbbing interior of the colony is revealed, filled with throngs of zooids. Pulsing passage. Webbed structure. Go this way. Counterclockwise. Colonial bridges. Interesting. User S. Emerson. Constantine is too arrogant. Just because he discovered the artificers doesn't mean he can design their fate. True. User H. Rock. Sam, he wants to free them. What do the artificers want, Hannah? Has anyone asked them? Tentacle corridor. Flowing massive tentacles. Some have broken away and floating freely. Budding zooids. I mean, you would take a little sample. I mean, while we're here, right? Fractured lab. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Radis colony? Thousands of specialized zooids. It floats freely in the ocean, breaking the ocean surface. I'll call this colony Radis. It floats beautifully across this ocean, like some impossible vessel. Clear passage. Central lab. It's almost complete, apart from the large tree-like growths cutting through its walls. Floating currents. User F. Voigt. We can't let this continue. We never intended this. That thing they're building? I know. What are they building? Colony's heart. Dappled light fills the chamber, passing through its complex branching strands, orbited by swarms of zooids. It looks like a biologist laboratory. It must have been the first exploratory base on the planet. They discovered the artificers. They started all of this. They were scientists like me employed by Baikal to study this place. How did it end like this? The minds they were building into the archaeology, the genetic research they were doing here, they were all working towards something. Something bigger than just one lab. How could they have let this happen? These biologists. Our first contact turned into a resource grab? Scan all you can, and then let's leave this place. I'll review everything back at the base. It won't be long before the colony eats this place away once and for all. GS, Constantine has already left for Site 2. If the facility fails and Site 3 is breached, the oceanic mine can be stopped. Interesting. Interesting. Gas bladders, keeping it afloat. Sure. I'll sample those. Hell yeah, dude. Because, listen, as soon as we finish here and go home, we're gonna end the street. Even if it's a little early. And that's okay. Colony opening. What might lie out there beyond the range of this suit? True. We don't know. User M. Thorfinn. MT. That is absurd, Kevin. They're no different than us, adapting to their environment so they may survive. No, they're not us. Ominous. More gas bladders. User K. Clarkey, dive recorder. The artificers are gardeners, not colonizers. They rewrite genetic code to develop mutualism, to foster life. Oh, weird. Room fragment. Eaten away. It's hard to imagine it was here. Zooid flow. All these living creatures, man. Wild. Okay. Why don't we head back, and then we'll do science on our samples. We will listen to what Ellery has to say, and then we'll call it a night. Online again? Good. We have a lot to talk about. I've been digging through what we discovered at the facility. I was right to assume that the facility was the first base on the planet, the start of it all. The lead biologist, Konstantin Hesse, found the artificers here more than 30 years ago. But what is truly incredible is what he discovered they could do. Genetic reprogramming, rewriting RNA and DNA both in themselves and their local environment. Some Earth cephalopods could rewrite their RNA, but nothing at this scale or detail. The artificers tended to this world, nudging its life into new arrangements. Not only that, but their exoskeletons. They were quantum computers. Silicon wafers of incredible complexity and purity, able to simulate the outcomes of their genetic rewriting. The artificers were housed in natural machines, ones that evolved here over millions of years. Their complexity far outstrips our own. We could have learned so much from them. But Baikal wanted the artificers' abilities for themselves. And based on what we found at Site 2, we know how this ended. A total collapse, a vast microbial fuel cell leaking into the ocean, eating everything away. The artificers gone, their genetic abilities used in death to save this planet's life. They died for this planet. And you're all that survives them. Well, perhaps not all. I keep seeing the same thing mentioned in the data. The same term appearing in fragments. The oceanic mind. As far as Baikal were concerned, you were just the beginning, the first mind. The artificers were the key, inscrutable creatures with a quiet power. Able to simulate, predict, and then change, they could rewrite life itself. For Baikal, the opportunity this provided was clear. While the artificers were like gardeners, caretakers of this world, Baikal imagined something else. The oceanic mind, providing total control of the ecosystem and able to enact their will. That's what they were building when the colony collapsed. And it's still out there. In the deep, powered by the heat of hydrothermal vents, the oceanic mind sleeps. I want to see it for myself. We have to know how this all ended. I've marked the approximate location on the map, way out north, deep in the abyss. Let me know when you're ready to see this through. This one. I was born on Earth. Born in the city of Ponta Delgada out in the Atlantic, among the turquoise waters and green slopes of the Azores. My father was studying the dying waters, chasing the last known pod of sperm whales to record a final fading image of their impossible spatial language before it was lost forever. My mother was a journalist, writing a book on citizen scientists that never found a publisher. We lived there, and all along the Atlantic coast of Europe for almost a decade, before life became impossible, the storms tearing into the tidal walls, flooding city after city, clothes twisted in foaming water. We joined the latest waves of refugees, found ourselves beside the Thames, were settled in London. From that privileged viewpoint, I watched our oceans die, and then my parents too. And at some point, once I'd left that sad gray planet behind on a string of bi-collar contracts, I forgot that turquoise water ever existed. You were born here. Maybe here things can be different. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'm just gonna empty my inventory because when we start next time we play this on next Wet Wednesday, I want to be able to completely choose my inventory. Interesting. Okay. Let's scan our things. Let's start with this. Fine. I will do it every time now. Gotta scan all the things. Nesting weavers, nice. Bloom fan taxonomy updated? Oh, I bet you're going to have lots of pretty pictures to look at. We'll find out though. Okay. Look at that taxonomy. Our nesting weavers. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. Weaving mandibles. That's cool. Gorgeous. God, I love these drawings. Yep, living Iceland iceberg. Behavior. Digest metals. That makes sense. Cool. Very cool. And one last observation. Or two more. Cool. We'll look at the recap now. Interesting. Okay, I think we are gonna call it. Thank you for hanging out with me on this week 6 stream. for a sleepy game, even though we got to learn about lots of fun human rights violations. It's great. I should be back, honestly, probably not until next week. Unfortunately, for stream, I'm going to a con this weekend, so I will be otherwise occupied and away from my home streaming setup. Not that my home streaming setup is very fancy, but I'll be away from it regardless. So yeah, so probably stream next week, maybe Monday? We'll see. Depends on how awake I'm feeling, and if this cold I seem to be developing, continues. Okay. Thank you everybody. As always, appreciate you. Bye.